How you doing, officials around the world? It's your boy, Mr. Smooth. Again, here to break down some more video. In this one, we're going to focus in on the CEO of TaylorMade Officials. He reffed a pretty big game at Santa Rosa Junior College against two prestigious teams in Northern California. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and roll the video. I'm going to turn the volume down because the audio wasn't that good. So we have the jump ball. So when we have our jump ball, it will be important that our trail looks at the table to make sure that the arrow is pointed in the right direction. This game we're going that way. Our table is on top of it. And then the trail is going to look at the clock to make sure the clock starts. And then they're going to move out here and be the trail and begin officiating. You can see here that our trail has a perfect angle at the players, a good position to see through, and also be able to officiate here just in case if there's a screen or anything. Now our trail should begin to move from here to here to maintain this open look, and then possibly referee this angle just in case if it curls to him, he'll have the call. So you just might want to step down. You can see him come down a little bit. So we got Cardinal Newman versus College Eastside Prep. I expect these two teams to go far in their state champions in regards to their respective division. Here we have an out of bounds. The ball went out of bounds in the front court. So by mechanic, the lead should walk up from their lead position from here. And the trail would come down here because we administer our own lines in the front court, but depending on what they pregame before the game. So you will see the trail actually walk over, but I'm just explaining how it's supposed to be done by the book. As they show the two coaches. As you can see, a foul's called and they switch. I want to freeze it here. As you can see, our boy Will, I'll zoom in. He's a little bit blurry, but as you can see, he's clean shaven, no beard, which is good. Looking real official out there. See, our lead does a good job of moving, getting an open look. Our lead does a great job hustling down to the end line, doesn't get beat. It's like we had another foul call, a good switch. Three, bam. See, we got a 5-second count, 10-second count from the trail, it looks like. I'm gonna rewind it, back it up. I think Will may have called a travel. I'm not sure because unfortunately the camera doesn't have Will on it. I'll slow mode so I can see we can see what happened. Yep, it looks like a travel to me. Turn the slow motion off. Let's go regular speed. As you can see, our lead did a great job of moving from here, then moving in and getting an angle where they could look through, and also closing in on the action to get the jump ball. Good work by the lead official. So it's important that after we have a jump ball, we gotta make sure that the arrow is switched. And as you can see, they switched it. Good job by our table people. Again, our table personnel makes our job so much easier when they're efficient at their jobs. It makes we can just focus on the players instead of focusing on the clocks and arrows and all that extra stuff. Out of bounds. So one thing I want to point out here, you can see our trail fisher here. Will, he does a good job of showing good posture. His stance is straight up, chin up. He looks engaged. He looks strong. He looks confident on the floor. It's something you want to, if you're a new official, something you got to improve on because you're a slouch, you're leaning, but you want to project good body language. And Will does a good job of doing that, as well as his partner. Good push foul. Will come down and initiate the switch. You'll see the replay as Eastside pushes the girl to the ground and out of bounds. Now again, Will does a great job of coming onto the floor and getting an angle at these players here. And also you can see this through his peripheral as well. And also you can see the secondary action right here. Then as the play comes towards him, he backs out a little bit to maintain the angle. Now right here, he's a little bit straight line. I believe the players are to his left. So what he could do is he could come out here and circle back in and get that open look here if he wanted to. Which he did, which he eventually does. Then as the play goes to the free throw line, he steps down and remains engaged with the play so he can see the shooter up and down, and as well as transition to the rebounding action as well. Again, you can see Will step down, so he was able, let me rewind it just a little bit. So what I've been seeing as I've been officiating officials throughout the season is if we stay close to half court and we never position it just as the ball moves. So as this free throw is being shot, since Will had stepped down and was looking here, then as the pass came, now he's focused on here. He could locate this defender and also have vision of the 3-point line as well. So as the shot goes up, you can see if there's any point of contact that may have happened here as he watches the shooter up and down. Let's see if he watches the shooter up and down. So if I rewind here, this little segment, back it up some more. So one thing we as officials have to improve on is when this ball is caught here and there's potential for a 3-point shot, we have to find the line and as well as the defender. So it's going to be hard to find that when we're looking through the back. So what our trail official has to do in this situation is step down and look in between here. But then we get a quick pump fake. So eventually, since there's only 2 officials, you're going to be straight line. So you may have to pivot from that position and now just maybe take a step or just pivot and now look through this aisle which Will has now. And then you also want to move down and be connected to the play a little bit more. So now we're here and now we have this open look. But Will, he still has this open look. But what happens a lot is players then block your vision as you're trying to look through. So if you step down a little bit more, maybe step down a little bit wider, you maintain your vision. You maintain your vision of everything and any rebounding action as well. So with players on the floor constantly moving, we as officials have to constantly move as well. We can't let our feet get stuck in cement. So I just want to rewind this a little bit. Something else I want to note. Put it in slow motion. So we're going to have, looks like appears to be a crash. Will does a great job calling the foul. What he could have done is he could have closed the distance and got closer to the players, so that way the players will feel his presence. So he doesn't have to worry about somebody pushing off, throwing in the elbow, maybe kicking somebody that's off him. Just little things. So you want to stay at the scene of the crime, which is here. Make sure nothing happens until your partner gets here for the switch. Then when your partner gets there and you're assured that your partner is able to dead ball officiate, and then the trail official will then report the foul. Great job of communication where the throw in is going to be. something I want to note again. So we have a shot coming up. So the lead shall be looking for a rebounding action. So we're going to focus on this matchup here. As you can see, it looks like the east side college player maybe pushed the player out of the way, which just causes the Cardinal Newman player to stumble, as you can see. And it made it a little bit more difficult for that Cardinal Newman player to get the rebound, but she was able to get the rebound, something that could have been called a foul. So it looks like we have a timeout. Everybody getting a drink of water, making in-game adjustments. You got people in the stands, family, friends came out to support. I know that people up north, they had the fire situation, so a lot of homes got destroyed. Some schools got destroyed, but looks like they did a good job of rebuilding that community, so big ups to them. Again, great job by the lead of staying wide when the ball got wide. It looks like we have maybe a blocking foul called by the trail. Good call. So you can see our trail now positioning adjust from here and going somewhere out here. Let's see where they go. Stop. And as you can see, they have the perfect angle. So I want to go ahead and rewind, because one thing as officials we want to do is we want to show our athletic ability. So I'm going to throw my clock up here and we're going to see how fast Will gets to the end line. And sets up in about 5 seconds. We're going to call it 5.13 for now. It's always good to maintain hustle on the court. It's one thing that could separate you and also makes you call a better game, because you're able to get to the end line, accept the play, you don't get caught off surprise. and your call accuracy goes up as well. Now, as this ball is swung to the lead's primary, we can see our lead move wide and begin to accept the play. So that means our trail, instead of looking through the players, appears he's looking at the ball. I'm just going by where his shoulders are. He should be stepping down and getting a wide view of the play. Let's see if a wide view of the play. So let's see what happens. The ball comes back to the trail. Now I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna bring it back one more time. If you remember the last time, we had a time of 5.13. Let's see what we get now. So we're from a standing still. There's still the clock up there. 4.2. So now we're basically a second faster. So now Will has set himself a new record. So it's always good to hustle and move with a purpose. Will, he does a great job of doing that. Got a vertical defender. Good job of having a patient whistle. It looks like that ends the first quarter. That's the end of the first quarter of the game. So I just broke down Will's first quarter of one of the early games earlier in the season. I'm gonna do a lot more. So with that, shout out to Golden Gate Association. Shout out to Will, working hard. Good job representing both associations and himself. A lot to be proud of. Again, this is Mr. Smooth signing off. Peace.